Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Today is a very exciting day because we have the drop of Phyrexia, the new set, Phyrexia All Become One, I think it's called. And yeah, we've got loads of new cards to play with. So I did what I normally do with a new set, and I turned 20,000 of my gold into 20,000 packs, into 20 packs. And I opened them up and I saw what I got. I've done a sealed and I've done a draft using tokens that I had before. I've still got 2 draft tokens because I don't draft very often, and you get them when you buy certain things. Anyway, and the rare that I opened the most of was this one, Glissa the Sunslayer. So I'm going to build around this today. So this is a 1, a black and a green for a 3/3 legendary creature, Phyrexian zombie elf. It has First Strike and Death Touch. Now this is very curious to me immediately, because obviously you do not see those 2 keywords put on the creature by default very often, because if a creature has First Strike and Death Touch, obviously anything you block or anything that blocks this will die before it does any damage to Glissa, unless it has First Strike and at least 3 power itself, and then they will trade. Whenever Glissa Sunslayer deals that combat damage to a player, choose 1, draw a card and lose 1 life. Good. Any creature that can draw you more cards is brilliant. Destroy target enchantment, very flexible, and then remove up to 3 counters from target permanent. Again, very nice. We could remove loyalty counters from a planeswalker to kill it. We could remove saga counters off of our own saga, for example. We could remove 1/1 counters off opponent's creatures, whatever. There's loads of applications of removing counters from permanents. So my initial thought when I saw this is that we should pair this with Sheoldred the Apocalypse from the previous Dominaria set, because whenever we draw a card you gain 2 life, so every time we connect we lose 1, but then we gain 2, so we gain 1 net and we draw a card if we have these 2 in play. Given that nothing can really block Glissa, we're very likely to trigger that ability, and thus this combo was born. Now, playing around this, I also wanted to play with a new card from Phyrexia, so I have crafted myself a few of Vraska Betrayal's Sting, which is a 6 costing planeswalker, which is actually quite expensive for a planeswalker, but it can cost 5 and 2 life instead, because she has been completed. Vraska has 3 loyalty abilities. She starts with 6 loyalty, and she has 0. You draw a card and you lose 1 life, Proliferate. So we have the same ability as this, draw a card, lose 1 life. It pairs very nicely with Sheoldred again, obviously, because we're gaining that life back. Proliferate means to choose any number of permanents and or players, then give each another counter of each kind already there. In other words, this will put a counter on every creature that has a counter on it, every player has a poison counter on it, and every planeswalker that has loyalty counters. So this counts as a +1 ability really for Vraska. Because your loyalty will increase by 1 every time you do it, and also, we can even put like saga counters on our Jugan thing. There's all sorts of, we can put oil counters on the Scrapgorger. There's all sorts of counters in this deck, so this actually has quite a few synergies in the deck, including oil counters, but as we go through the deck I will talk about those. She has a -2 of target creature becomes a treasure artifact with the normal artifact words and loses all other card types and abilities. This will kill a creature effectively, because it will no longer be able to be used for attacking or blocking or any of its abilities, but it does give our opponent 1 mana effectively, so it's a sort of giving them something back for that creature. It's pretty strong against anything that where if it has a dies trigger, because this will remove the creature before it gets that trigger. If a creature has indestructible, for example, this is very nice because we can just turn it into a treasure. This is particularly useful against, for example, the Phyrexian Obliterator or the White Obliterator, I can't remember what it's called, the Phyrexian Vindicator I think it might be called, sorry. Because we can get rid of them without having to do damage to them. And then it has a -9 of if this target player has fewer than 9 poison counters, they get a number of poison counters equal to the difference. Now, I don't think we'll be using that massively in this deck, because whilst we do have some interaction with poison counters, there's not tons. That's not the main win condition of this deck. So, just to go through any other new cards that we have, we are running 4 of the Bloated Contaminator, which is a new card from Phyrexia All Is One. This is a 3 costing, 2 and a green for a Phyrexian creature beast. So it's a 4/4 with trample for 3. Now that sounds like pretty good stat line on its own, but it has Toxic 1, so it puts a poison counter on the enemy player when we do combat damage to them. And when it deals combat damage to a player, it proliferate. So some more synergy with the proliferation. So there is a bit of a build around theme to do with counters, in this deck. But obviously what that effectively means for the Contaminator is that it is Toxic 2, because it will be Toxic 1, it'll put a poison counter, and then you immediately proliferate, making that 2 counters. So that is our kind of interaction with the poison, to be honest, in this deck. Apart from this new card, Anoint with Affliction, which you'll be glad to know is a common. This is a 2 costing instant. Exile target creature if it has mana value 3 or less. That's actually really good for 2 on its own. Exile that creature instead if its controller has 3 or more poison counters. So if we have hit with this and then proliferated once, for example, this will be able to exile any creature for 2. So it's a very nice little bit of removal. We're also running Drown in Ichor, which is 1 and a black sorcery. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn and proliferate, so a bit more synergy with our proliferation in the deck. I did reiterate that that's a sorcery that may or may not come up in the video. Sheoldred's Edict is 1 and a black for an instant. As you choose one, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature, each opponent sacrifices a creature token, or each opponent sacrifices a planeswalker. So we can choose to get rid of a non-token, a token creature, or a planeswalker. We don't choose which one, the opponent does, so that is the weakness of this card, but its flexibility makes it pretty strong, and planeswalker removal is kind of necessary in this set. There are lots of good planeswalkers hanging around. So we are running 3 of the Armored Scrapgorger. Now this is actually one of my favourite cards of the new set. I think you're going to see it all over the place. It's basically a mana dork, because it's 1 and green, and it has tap, add 1 mana of any colour. It gets +3/+0 as long as it has 3 or more oil counters on it. Whenever it becomes tapped, so for mana or for attacking, exile target card from a graveyard, so similar to Graveyard Trespasser, and put an oil counter on Armored Scrapgorger. But it can exile any card, not just creatures, and all you get is an oil counter, so once you've tapped this for mana 3 times, or attacked with it for 0, it will become a 3/3. And obviously, being able to remove stuff from our opponent's graveyard is just a nice little bit of extra utility for a mana dork to have, given that we can tap the Armored Scrapgorger at instant speed. If our opponent tries to reanimate something, or interact with anything in their graveyard in any way, we can instant speed respond and exile that from the graveyard, which is actually a really handy ability to have on a mana dork. I am then running 1 of the Phyrexian Arena. This is 1, a black and a black, so this is a reprint from a much older set. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and lose 1 life. That effect appears on a few of our cards, and this is an enchantment that has that built in each turn. We're running Gix, which also has that ability pretty much. And then the other new card we're running is the Archfiend of the Dross. So this is 2 and 2 black for a 6/6 flyer. It enters the battlefield with 4 oil counters on it. At the beginning of upkeep, remove an oil counter from Archfiend of the Dross. Then, if it has no oil counters on it, you lose the game. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, its controller loses 2 life. So that's a really nice effect. Obviously, if our opponent manages to remove a lot of oil counters from Archfiend of the Dross, that is dangerous for us. Luckily, we have a ton of ways of proliferating in this deck, and also we have ways of getting rid of our own creature if we really have to. If we, for example, could anoint our own creature, that is a possibility, but it's very rare that I think we'd ever want to do something like that, given how many proliferation abilities we have. The thing to note about Archfiend is I do feel like it's a little bit weak to... There was a new card about removing... against Glissa, because if you remove 3 counters from target permanent, this thing's going to die pretty fast. It's going to lose its counters pretty fast, and then you're going to lose the game. So Glissa is one, if it's on the other team, to watch out for us. Old cards that we have in this deck: 4 Evolved Sleepers, the reason being it has that draw a card and lose 1 life ability that we sort of build around in this, but also it's just a nice 1-drop that pairs well with Sheoldred. 2 Gix's commands. This is one that sort of really has taken off, especially with this, I looked at the number 1 deck before I put this together in the new meta, and it is still soldiers, so this is particularly good there. And then I'm running 1 Jugan Defends the Temple, just for the interesting interaction of being able to proliferate a saga, and also it distributes counters quite well amongst our stuff, and can be a bit of extra endgame for us. So that is our deck. I'm running 25 lands in this deck, which feels like enough because our curve is relatively low. We're quite 2 and 3 drop heavy. Whilst we do have some things higher up the curve, we've got a lot of interesting draw mechanisms. So we can draw with Glissa, we can draw with the Evolved Sleeper, we could draw with Gix. So in general, we're not going to struggle too much to find the lands we need, hopefully. That said, let's have some games in Phyrexia and see how we get on. Alright, here we go. We are in Phyrexia. And this is a keep, I think. These Contaminators look like ballers, really. 4/4 trample for 3 with upside. I'll take that any day. OGX Skywalker. Welcome to Phyrexia, mother. What? What? 4 colors reanimate. Oh man, don't do me dirty with any of this nonsense. Oh, bye bye. Nope, you ain't having that in your graveyard, boy. Oh, hold on a minute. This exiles stuff from the graveyard. That sounds bad. Yeah. Reanimation this, my friend. Reanimate this. This is not what you want to be doing. The reanimation bullshit. Well, we're not getting the lands per se, but we're getting something, which is the Shirley man after midnight. Why is my chair green screening itself? What's going on there? And my arm? Oh no, I'm disappearing into the ether. Need to have a look at that setting. I seem to be vanishing slowly for some reason. OGX Skywalker. Come on, my friend. Come on. I hope this is not a Wandering Emperor. Bet it is, though. I bet it is. Or it's a board wipe coming soon, and they just... It's going to be a Wandering Emperor, isn't it? But with Xander's Lounge, for some reason. I think we're going to have to start attacking, because we can't just sit around all day doing nothing. So we'll swing for 6, shall we? This must be what's coming. That was my best Wandering Emperor impression. Shing. No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Now, I mean, we've got 9 damage on board, so we've got to play something else out. Could have kept this to deal with something put into the graveyard, but now we've got enough to kill them, so they have to board wipe us, which I suspect they will be able to do. But let's see. Let us see. Well, I have to say that the Armored Scrapgorger came into its own there. GG. Next game. Hopefully, a bit more of a challenge this time. But let's see. It's a fine hand, probably. As long as we get one more land, which we are odds on to do. There we go. Got our Drown and Ichor if we need it. Nothing from our opponent. Sweet nothing. Bloated Contaminator it is. Archfiend of the Dross. Well, that was a nice destroy evil. I will give you that. I'll give you that. Let's try the Archfiend. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, its controller loses 2 life. That would be a creature that could die. Mech Hanger. I guess. I don't know what's going on here. Ganjo, whatever. Whatever. Trevor. I'll go with the Glissa. Glissa looks damn good, man. This looks damn good. Alright. I wanted that. They're going to have to choose the Ichor, probably. Otherwise their Peacekeeper dies this... Why wouldn't it let me do that turn? Oh, this is a sorcery. I thought this was an instant. Okay. No, we don't want you. We'll just attack. Get some poison going. Double poison for you, my friend. Archfiend and Sleeper. Cluster. Hold on, 10, 11, 12, 13. We might even be able to kill them next time. So we do this, we do this, we do this. That is 14 damage. Bang, bang, bang. GG. Alright. Next game. Shoulder, come back. There we go. What is happening? Why am I disappearing? This wasn't happening before. Filters. Maybe it's none of those. That might be better. Right. Sorry about that. Here we go. Oops. I'm now one of those people who just faffs about at the start. Armored Scrapgorger. Hello, I am the Armored Scrapgorger. Voice of the Blessed. That wants to become a treasure artifact. With tap, sacrifice this artifact. So next time we'll have 6. Turn that Voice of the Blessed into a treasure. Stat. Didn't even attack with it for whatever reason. Oh yes, please. Hello, treasure. How are you doing? That's some nice 1/1 counters you've got on your treasure there. Wedding announcement. They're going to draw too. Yikes. Alright, we're going to have a nice Proliferate here, that is good. So we do this. Take action, 3. We're using this one, please. And then we Proliferate. Whack. And then we can start rinsing them with Sheoldred. 7/7 first strike death. Ah, that is a shame. At least we've still got the Vraska. Luminous Phantom. Yuck. Alright. Sheoldred it is. And Proliferate me, please.
Embrace the inevitable.
We'll let them believe they can kill Vraska with an attack. And then we will stop that in its tracks. Like so. Oh, I keep forgetting this is blooming sorcery. What is wrong with me? This just feels like it should be an instant. That's why I keep thinking that. Oh my god, I cannot believe I've made that mistake. Okay. Let's use this. Get rid of this attendant. Right, we don't want any more depopulates, please. Fed up with depopulates now. Board wipe central, this meta. It's because of all the absolute painful creatures around the Phyrexians. That's a bit nasty. Goodness. Going to lifelink on your Phantom, or are you going to flying on your token? Lifelink on your Phantom. Vigilance on your Phantom. I wouldn't swing with the tokens, bro. No. That's it. Okay, that isn't the best thing I've ever seen. Let's try and turn this Sunslayer into some cards. I wouldn't do that either. Some land, haven't we? Can't believe I let Vraska die. We should be sailing pretty right now. And how have we top decked that with the Voice of the Blessed out here? Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous top decking by opponent. Insane. Oh, I should have tapped it. I've made a massive misplay there again. Should have exiled the blooming card with this. This deck's too high level for me. It's too high level, boys and girls. Another one of these. For God's sake. No. Don't think we can justify an attack at the moment. Just give them a land, please. They deserve land. Playing mono white life, getting Screll's Hive. Oh no. Look at your upkeep. Why aren't they even attacking with the wire? I don't understand. I don't understand what you're doing, my friend. only their things were under 2 power. Return creature cards. I guess we can get back a Shelly. And I guess we'll take a Glissa. We're getting rid of that because it's the thing that's going to bury us. Because now we can happily attack with Glissa again. Get some cards. They're going to let us kill off 3 of these things. Okay. When they know we've got another one in our hand. 3 creatures for 1 card. 3 creatures, yeah. That's an insane choice. And then exile that from the graveyard. Like so. Bye bye. Cool. It was just getting interesting, damn it. Come back. Let me make some more mistakes. You might win. Okay. Here we go. Tire rocks. Let's hope for a better one for us than the last one. This looks better. And also fewer mistakes from me would be nice, wouldn't it? It's hard to showcase the deck when I'm messing up most of the time. Pet jumping around behind my head for. White and green, so probably enchantments. Yeah, we'll go with Glissa, as it can destroy enchantments. Which seems pretty good in this matchup. Aha! Ganjo, yeah. Okay. We'll get it back. Another Cami. Must remember to kill it off during my turn. In fact, we can exile it. Yeah, getting some damage in now. That's the original Cami they got back. The other one's still in exile. Naturalist we'll get rid of as well. Bang bang. They can't. They've got to get rid of Sheoldred this turn. And we can exile the Cami from the graveyard if it goes there. GG. Draw a card. Easy. Diamond 1. Not ever a threat in that game, eh? Alright. Alwyn. We haven't got any of our 2-drops or 1-drops. Opponent has already mulliganed though. This is tricky. You'll keep. Probably greedy, but well, we've got another land. If we now top deck a 2-drop, we're sorted. Farmhand. Curious where it's going with that one. That is unfortunately not a 2-drop. That is in fact a 6-drop. It's a white weenies deck, is it? Some people just can't let white weenies go. Let's get Jugan going. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Ramps us a little bit, gives them some things to remove that we care less about. Phyrexian Vindicator bounces damage back, doesn't it? So we need to turn it into a thing. That doesn't get rid of it. So we're definitely playing this because so if we get rid of this, this will flip, is that right? I think that's right. And then if we draw a land, or even if not next turn, we can get, oh my god, get Vraska down. Vraska, you're going to have to put in some work here, my friend. Go away. That Vraska will die to that, and then we'll use this Vraska to get rid of this one. That's the plan anyway. Those Vindicators are tough to get rid of, eh? At least we can use black this time. Doesn't matter. And we won't attack this time. Keep Vraska around. Maybe we've gotten away with it. These Phyrexian Vindicators. Is it going to be a board wipe maybe? Nope, just a farmland. Well, they're getting all their planes out. It's nice for them. So, got 6 mana. What I will do is put 1 on here using this. We will then proliferate. And attack for that. They're hovering over their Vindicators like they want a way to bring them back, but I'm afraid they have become treasures. Yeah. We had to pressure them enough to get that out. We've still got plenty in the tank, thankfully. Bye bye, Vraska.
Your day will come, fleshling.
Don't have a Vindicator in your hand. No. Wedding announcement. That's okay. Could be worse. So do we go for this? Doesn't feel great, does it? I think the Glissa is a nice option because we can kill off the festivities if they don't block, or even this. Okay. Bye bye Glissa. Nice knowing you. See if they'll double block. No. And we'll put a Contaminator in. so many 3/3s, man. We need the Glissa back, that's for sure. Maybe we just level up the Sleeper, actually. Can't really attack with the Contaminator, so just trades for 1 token. Restoration, pulling more planes out. Quite like the get all the planes strategy with the Vindicators, but and lay down arms plus these gives you tons of good removal, doesn't it? You don't have very good attacks. They might have a Wandering Emperor. No, can't do that twice, so we'll just do like that. If it is a Wandering Emperor, it's a bit painful, but yeah, I thought it could be.
I've learned much
I'll probably
during my
kill
travels.
the Glissa.
Let me show you.
Yeah, because it gets first strike as well, they do trade.
Remember your training.
Oh, we could have done this twice because of the Scrapgorger, although I'm probably glad that I didn't, to be honest. This could be pretty good. Cool, I'd like to get a Glissa and a Sheoldred back, so maybe we do like this. And we'll leave our 4/4 black to block. Have to get rid of that, so... Hey, I should have got rid of the dog out of the graveyard. Oh, I still can with this, actually, once they target it. Don't know if I need full control, but we'll do it now. Whew. There we go. No dog for you. Farmhand as well. Might as well start swinging. Yeah, that's fine. Wedding announcement. Come on, man. Come on. You got to know your role. G. Mono white. Next game. Come on, let's do this. Let's do it, and let's do it well. Mono red. Mono red. Come on, mono red. What is this? Also, they got different lands going on. End the festivities in Kumano. Neither of those kills a Scrapgorger. And that is what matters to me right now. We're probably going to get the festivities ended upon us. I hope they haven't got a shock from a Scrapgorger. They haven't. We're getting through their cards. Ooh, Shelly already? Maybe. Could be the way forwards. Give them something hard to deal with. and then we start the rest of the pain. Yeah, you've got your check army. Check army. Look at this. This is just, they've done this to annoy us. This is just the criminal offence. Sweet. So I think we're going to put a Glissa, and we're going to drown this chick. That's not a sentence, I guess, one should say very often. And there's no real point attacking us there. We're just chilling and waiting for them to die, to be honest. Even the Archfiend I'm a little bit nervous about playing. Until we get some good proliferation techniques down. Alright, chick is back, but they did have to, yeah. We've got another one, my friend. There's another one. Bum 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 bum. Bye bye, Squeak. Crack. Draw a card. Ah, welcome to the arena, my friend. This is the Magic the Gathering arena. Yeah, that's some good damage, that is fair, but we need to do some drowning and some Ichors, I think. 7, 10, they would be dead if they didn't block. Let's get rid of this in case they have the flashbacky dude. Can't remember what his name is. Destroy this. And then GG. You're not doing 7 damage with one card, I don't care what it is. Sheoldred versus Mono Red. It's a shame. Alright, we're on a bit of a roll with this one. Neobium. Maybe it's just because nobody knows how to play their decks yet, or how my deck plays, but either way, doing quite well. Got a nice little array of removal. Even if this is just, it doesn't have the corrupted bit, which for us it doesn't very often, it's still really good. Evolve Sleeper. And the Cult Conscript, for example, against Cult Conscript. Pretty darn nice. Scrapgorger is going to do its thing. We can't block the Sleeper well, but we can block the Conscript well. Okay, or we can block nothing because we've been destroyed. It's black aggro. Maybe they've got no removal for this. Maybe they have. Okay, it's starting to get a bit painful. The way that it's stuck there makes me think they've got cut down. Archfiend would be good, but we do need to get rid of the Sleeper. Sacrifice your non-token creature, please, my friend. That is my edict. You shall comply. The thing is, if they play one swamp, they could just attack and then fully pump that, and we're in such a bad position. As much as I would like to try and get two life lost for them. We'll let it connect for 2, but looks like they were going to stop pumping it there, so time to say goodnight. Then we'll put our Vraska down.
Final, we know nothing of Phyrexia's plans.
If target player has fewer than 9 poison counters, they get the difference. Ooh, face or Vraska? Face. That's concerning. Where are my non-lands? If they've got a land, and yeah, this could be it. It's game over. We finally lost. Mono black. We got a bit unlucky there with the flood at the end, but it's close. Alright, let's see if we can get back to some winning ways. Yeah, doesn't look great. This is better. Get rid of the Contaminator, I think. Just because really it's one of the more questionable inclusions in the deck in the first place. Okay. Oh, the game has tried to put another Skull Dweller in and died. Well done, Magic the Gathering. Premium work. My first crash for ages, actually. Not surprised. New sets will have bugs, won't they? Just firing it back up. There we go. And now it's rubbing it in. If you play through 3 of your turns, I would love to. I really would love to. But it's actually crashing again. Oh my goodness, the game just died again. It really is taking the piss now. Okay, can we load in this time? I won't touch anything, I promise. I won't touch anything. I bet it's skipped a turn or something by now. Ready? No. Versus. Yeah, can we get through all this, please? I don't need all this nonsense. I shouldn't be able to have my go. It has skipped a turn. This is ridiculous. Come on, I don't deserve this. If we lose now. Magic the Gathering Climb. What a piece of absolute turd. Opponent wouldn't have these counters. Stupid thing. This is outrageous. Honestly. Okay. Don't know if we can stabilise this game now. It's feeling like probably not. I'm going to die to poison because we missed a turn early on against an aggro deck. What do we do here though? Because I can't block a Sheoldred. So we just Anoint, I think. Just in case they can counter. I mean, there's no way they can't give us one more poison counter. There's 6 cards. Oh, that's so annoying. Now we're going to have to block with both these creatures to kill these. That's ridiculous. Sorry. It's no fun watching someone be salty when the game crashes twice on your loading in. Okay, all I want is a game with no crashes, no land screwing for either player. A fun, fair, exciting game. Let's do it, Metoxo. Oh man, I'm not even going first. I concede. Just kidding. We've got a fair hand as well this time. Let's see if we can win on the draw. We can drown an Ichor, we can Scrapgorger. Probably Scrapgorger, but you never know. If it's one of those little death touchy mites, maybe we'll kill it. Eee, what's this thing? I don't know what this is. That probably looks worth killing, doesn't it? Could be dangerous for us. Yeah, whenever you proliferate target, okay, it's basically create a 3/3. Let's start with the Contaminator. Or you can give your 3/3 flying and one. I mean, we knew we were getting countered, that's why we started with the Contaminator. Like, we're probably getting countered now, so we'll use this. We could pay the 2 to bring the ending, and we're ramping ourselves for next turn. And they can use up some destroy on that if they want. There we go. Get through all your cards in a moment. Glissa. We can still pay the 2. And we'll pass, I think. Let's try playing this. Good. We've managed to prove that they don't have a counter spell for 2. Vraska, so could turn this into a treasure.
You are cared for in Phyrexia's ranks. Join us.
Yeah. Means we'll have to play Vraska because can't be just getting our Sheoldred turned straight into a treasure.
You know nothing of Phyrexia's plans.
I don't have a way of killing my Vraska, please. Oh man. Let's play the Shelly. They can always turn it into a treasure. Countered it. Okay.
Downtrodden rise together.
Okay, Gix's command could be good. Can't get rid of planeswalkers, but can get us some creatures back out of the graveyard. Just putting land out of both our decks, which net 0. Net 0 by 2023. Fence, a corpse puppet, yeah. Okay, this looks like a little fun deck, I suppose. I mean, everything black in this set is going to be fun. Distorted Curiosity. And another Venser, which we can force them to, well, we can destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Could have proliferated after they created that. I know, because they may probably drew it with it. Yeah. So, we will destroy each creature, and we will return 2 creatures. I hope they don't counter this. Then negate or something. Thankfully not. So they get their 3/3 golem.
Patience.
Vraska's on 9, so they're going to have to minus their Vraska on our Shelly and then attack the Vraska, otherwise they're dead. Yeah.
Stone flesh.
Keeping theirs at a low level at least. Come on. Is that the third one of those? Yeah. I guess we can minus our Vraska if we wanted to. But I don't actually want to. I mean, they can give this flying and lifelink is the problem. Let's minus. Get rid of this Venser. We've got another Vraska if they manage to kill us somehow. Both are on 4. It's a bit of a grind, isn't it, this one? But it's quite fun. This is a new rare land, yeah. What's this? When you proliferate, return it from your graveyard to your hand, flying a toxic 1. Ooh, we finally got a poison counter. Uh-oh. Stop touching my contaminator. Every time they proliferate now we're getting poison. Definitely not blocking that.
Oh, Phyrexia marches on. We know nothing of
They're
Phyrexia's
down to 7. So let's attack face. Because they can't zero their Vraska forever. Okay, we've got that thing blocked. So we zero.
Embrace the inevitable.
Then we Glissa. That'll make the Takenuma cost less. And we can get back our Sheoldred and play it this turn. Yeah, still better than the Archfiend at this point. Now they can't get rid of all of our creatures with their Vraska. Ooh, they're getting low. Wonder if they've got any big life gain, like a March, Black March or something would be good in their deck, wouldn't it? Rebuy them a ton of time. Yep, turn it back into a treasure. It's graveyard treasure, graveyard treasure. Ooh, get rid of their Vraska at last. Or do we just get rid of the creature and see what happens? Yeah, we just get rid of the creature. They may have removal, but they may not. They dig in for some. Or a counter. Oh god. We could minus this. See if they've got more removal. When you win those long ones, man, it feels good. Okay, quick look at the stats for those that are interested in that sort of thing. So, as you saw on the video, all games that I played with this deck were on the video. We have played 9 matches, we've won 7 and lost 2. Now, they're all best of 1, but we played them in only 50 minutes. At a 78% win rate is pretty darn good. I think this deck is decent. I think it needs some tweaking. You know, I've tried to cram in as many new cards as I could. It doesn't necessarily mean they're all the best fit in the deck. The Archfiend, I'm not sure. We didn't see it perform particularly well or do much in this video, although a 6/6 flyer for 4 is not to be underestimated. Obviously, this little package of removal is just me trialing out some of the new cards really, so I think I'll try and work out which one works best in the deck and stick with that. I think maybe Drown in Ichor would be better than Anoint with Affliction, because most things that have mana value 3 or less have less than 4 toughness, and the Proliferate is actually useful. But anyway, that's been the deck. I've had a load of fun with it. You know, we are beating white consistently, which oddly seems to be something that's being played a lot, and we did lose one to sort of time out against blue-black where the game crashed, as you saw, and we lost one fair and square to black. So, you know, I would say this really is like a 7-1. You know, it could have been a 7-2 anyway. We might have lost that game, but we might not. It could have been an 8-1. So that was my first attempt at a deck in Phyrexia. I think I'm going to do some more drafts, try and open some more rares, and then, you know, we'll see what deck comes along next. If you guys have got anything that you would like me to try building around, any interesting cards, anything spicy, any good ideas that you've seen other people play, feel free to drop me a comment and I'll have a look at that. But otherwise, thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my first entry into Phyrexia, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.